Hey there, Chris from Framerverse, and we're going to take a look at my dynamic QR code maker. So let's jump straight onto the screen, see what you get. So with the remix, you get the component, so you can just copy and paste that straight into your project. Or you can grab the code from Framerverse and just copy and paste it in. If you grab the code, of course, you can take that into an editor or whatever you want and take a look at the code. Do whatever you like with it. Okay, but component's easy. So let's take a look at the component. So this is the component on the page. This is in the remix, and you can see that you've got different types of QRs that you can generate. So you can generate URL, text, email, phone, SMS, Wi-Fi, and a vCard. And what you'll notice is that all of the inputs are exposed, so you can connect them to data. So you could connect a QR code to a CMS collection, which is why it's dynamic. That's really useful for if you wanted to have, well, anything really that you can think of. But let's think of a couple of scenarios. Let's say Wi-Fi for a hotel website. So somebody goes to the website, they're at the hotel, and they can scan the Wi-Fi. And it could be that the Wi-Fi codes are connected to a collection, so they're easy to update and change if they need to be changed. You could have, for instance, a URL for a property website. So you've got a URL to that web page on the property website, so somebody can scan that QR code from their phone and go straight to that site. So there's lots of things you can do with it dynamically. Let's take a look at the settings. So apart from the different settings, obviously, for each use type, we'll just stick it on URL for the moment. You've got the dimensions, so it's a square QR code, so you've got the dimensions there. Then we've got error correction. Now, what error correction is there for is if the QR code gets damaged or something like that. Obviously on a screen that's going to be slightly different, but you may want to use this to generate a QR code that you printed out, maybe. So it's worth having error correction in there. If that was printed out and the QR code got damaged or got some dirt on it or something like that, what you're setting here is how much of the QR could be damaged and yet the phone would still pick it up. So that's an explanation of QR codes beyond what's actually required here. It's just interesting to know what error correction on a QR code is. Right, okay. Then we've got the QR color. So that's that color there. Obviously, the highest contrast is going to be black on white, but you could change that to whatever you wanted. And then we've got a QR background and a QR outer margin. So you could change that color, but you know, low contrast is going to make it less easy for your phone to pick up on. So black and white is generally the way to go, but you can do whatever you like. Then we've got our margin here. So how much margin are we going to have on it? And we've got our corner radius. And then we've got, do we want an outer margin or not? Or do we want the QR code to go fill out to the side? If you wanted to add border and all sorts of other things, you could just wrap this in a stack or any kind of frame and then do that way. So that is the QR. Now let me just show you how I use it on Framerverse to show how we can connect it up to CMS collection. So on Framerverse, I've only just added this recently, obviously after I built this component, but I've got a component here on the page. And what it does is it generates a QR code on the fly for the page you're on. Very easy to do. So I've got my QR there. I've got QR type as URL, and then I've added the URL. But you want the full URL, don't you? Because you want it to be dynamic. So if we click on the set variable, create a variable. So we've created a variable which is pulling in the data from the slug. Okay. So that's our endpoint, but that's not going to generate the full URL, is it? That's just going to give you the slug. So how do we add the full URL so that when somebody scans it, they don't just go to Google and says, I can't find this page? Well, that's where we use a prefix. So by using a prefix, I'm putting in the prefix everything else before that. So let me just go to this page in production, and we can see that this QR is, we've got the framerverse.com domain, then we've got resources /QR maker. Now the QR-maker, that's the slug, right? So we want to make sure that we've got everything before that in the prefix. So we've got framerverse.com /resources / because we still need that / in there, and then it will add the slug to the end of it, and that will generate a full URL in the QR code for whatever. So that's how it works, and it works great. So this is generated on every page, and if you scan that with your phone, you would go to this page. So it works great, and it's free. So hopefully that explains how to use it, how you can use it dynamically. Obviously there's lots of other use cases for that. So you've got all of these different use cases here for whatever you want to do with it. You play around, it's yours to play with and enjoy using it. Thanks for watching the video.